let's read our final email here. It comes to us from Redacted. Charlie writes and says, "Howdy, 572 dudes, longtime listener. I just wish they would shut my store already. So overworking for this soulless company. I'm over the long days, the Pokemon cards, trying to get people to reserve anything, metrics in general, and just overall shit customers. I used to love going to GameStop when I was younger, and it was my dream of mine to work here. I've been with the company for almost 10 years now, and we'll pass that mark in November. But I just can't get over that they don't close our store. To give a little context, my store is located outside of a mall that is dying. There is also a location within the mall, which makes it even crazier to me that we are still open and we somehow get a pass year after year. I know that our rent is cheap, but damn man, the store around me is just falling apart and they won't fix anything. And yes, I have slowly been looking, but I really want them to close the store for me so I can hopefully get some severance as a manager and have just a little bit of time before I jump right into something else. What advice would you give me?" Boy, that seems like that's a tailor-made email for you, Dan.
I mean, the worst part about it is it sounds like everything I was dealing with 10 years ago. Like,
how would you?
We were in a dead strip mall. We had no anchor stores. The only thing that even kept people coming to our area was an old dirty Chinese buffet. The fact that it existed since it was a Funko Land in the 90s. And a trampoline store where kids were hurt all the time because the guy who owned it didn't upkeep it. Like, it was just, this is all exactly what we had to deal with. And it's because it's cheaper to keep your store open than close it almost at this point. Yeah. Because regardless of how it's falling apart or you know, all the shit that's happening to your store, people are still coming in and they're still spending money. So there has to be a reason.
And they're still trading in trash that they stole.
There's still money for them to be making off of the fact that your store even exists. The dying mall doesn't affect your store. What it's going to affect is it's going to affect the store in the mall, which is going to die. And it's going to drive what little people were going to that store to yours, which is going to increase how much money your store makes compared to like how little it pays anyone to even work it. Like, it's actually going to counter. It's going to fuck you the other way, because I don't know if they see value in mall stores anymore, because even dying malls, I guarantee, are costing an arm and a leg to rent, because the one in our mall finally is gone, and yours is too, or the one outside yours.
The one outside of the mall that's by me is gone. I have not been inside of the mall.
Still
but
open.
Like, eventually the mall rent will get too high. And like, our mall is a success. My mall is a successful one. It's the most successful one in the area. I can't
trust Google to tell me, because like I trusted Google that day and drove up.
Google, they don't update if they're open or closed on Google. They don't
know.
Shit. I understand where he's coming from in terms of like hanging on to get the severance, but I mean, you're playing a game where that could be years even still, because we've talked about it where back when we worked there, even back when you worked there, Eric, because you left before either of us did, people would still come in and be like, you guys only got 5 years left, 4 years left, 3 years left. That was 10 years ago. We've talked about it. My thought for when this company disappeared is overnight, when they literally go, it's gone. Yeah. We're closing all stores we're ceasing operations in North America by blah, 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 blah. And it's just, that's what's going to happen.
And all employees are just going to get a note on the door. Hey,
you're going to get an email that says, print this note. If you want to be paid to pack all this stuff up and send it to our warehouse, stay on and do it. Otherwise, lock the door and leave. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. Like, it's going to be the kind of thing where Chewie finally bails, gets his golden parachute for tens of millions of dollars to go fuck some other company into the ground. And and he gets his, and you all get you either stay and close the stuff and maybe we'll pay you. Because I wouldn't even guarantee that they would pay you to stay to close the shit.
Not at that point.
At that point, no, because they're going to come to a point where they'll know before they do it. So they'll be like, hey, send you have 40 of these, send 35 of them to the warehouse. Or you're just not going to get stock anymore. Or you're going to get clearance stuff. Or like all of a sudden everything's going to clear. Like there's going to be signs like that where it's just like, man, I'm not getting anything. I'm told to send stuff out. Prices are dropping, but no one will answer any questions. That's the symbol. Yeah. But like that could be 5 years from now. That could be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And just your last question is about advice. You know, I'm in a very similar scenario of wanting to do something different, being burned out, and where you're at. And like, if you have the opportunity, man, just like find what you want to do and find what you need to do to work towards that. Like if it's school, if it's a tech school, if it's something that you can do online, like start doing that now.
Do it on the side.
Like if you want to hang out. Yeah, if you want to hang out until GameStop finally decides to pull the trigger, that's fine. Like, I get it. Like, what you've put in that amount of time, you want to get something for it. I totally get it. But I also think it's valuable. Like, prep yourself because, like Dan said, it could be literally
our store
and
was closed in 2017, and had we not had the fight with the landlord, right? It would have been open until it finally got torn down a couple years ago. We still would have been.
I think it would have made it till the pandemic, and then I think that would have been what would have killed it.
I guess it would have depended on, I guess, who owned it. Man, and if we had somehow pulled off that move, remember there was like a 2-week period where we were looking at locations to move the store. If we had pulled that move off to where it was supposed to go, which is actually just across the parking lot, it would still be there. Like, I guarantee
that building's still there.
Oh, would that have been closer to Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever?
So there was, remember the Jimmy John's you could see across the thing?
Yep, I remember.
There was one to the left of it that was empty forever. That
would have been a better spot. Easier to see.
It was one of 2 spots they were looking at. And I told them, I was like, of the 2, that's not the one I would take. But if you're going to do it, do it. But then right after that is when the building got sold to the guy. And then the whole thing tanked because we were looking at the building was owned by people who own the other 2 buildings that we were looking at moving. So it would have been like, we're not going to pay anymore. We're just going to move. And then it became, well, we don't lease that. We're not going to do that kind of thing, which is strange because that location is still empty. So it could have easily gone there.
It is.
But I don't doubt that if we had moved, that store would have survived COVID and it would still be open. Especially given what's going on now in that area.
Yeah, I think
it would have even been even better for it to stay there.
Probably.
So, the waiting game, it's tough to play the waiting game because I can't guarantee your store's going anywhere as long as it makes money. Yeah. If your store were to all of a sudden become negative, like for the year this year, I still think it would take another year. Or if they go to re-rent the place and they're like, yeah, we'll do the same deal, they're going to keep it. If your building decides, well, we're going to increase it by 10%, that's when GameStop will say, never mind.
Yeah, that's when they're out.
But you never know when that is. Like, because drive around your town, see how many empty fucking buildings there are. People want money just because they want anyone in there. Because it's still costing them money to own the building, even if nobody's renting it. So, yeah, it's tough. But to get at, I get wanting to get a severance. I would tell you to do some research on what that severance might actually be.
I was gonna say, don't expect much, man. Yeah.
Because 8 years ago, I got 6 weeks, which at the time was the most. I was capped on whatever maybe it wasn't 6 weeks, whatever it was. I got the max.
Well, they also
at that point
pay out whatever vacation time you hadn't used to, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got basically everything in a check that was taxed.
Of course.
But yeah, I got whatever the max was, which would have been enough for me to take I want to say it was probably 2 months, but I just got a job a month later because fuck it.
Yeah.
So I would do some research to find out what that actually is because things that.
Is it worth your time and anxiety?
Right, and that's the other thing you got to play against, man.
Yeah.
Your anxiety, dealing with these shit people, the trading card people. As someone who is marginally back into buying cards, which I fucking hate that I am, but
we hate it for you.
Everyone should because it's fucking awful. But as someone who's marginally back in and is on the cusp of knowing what some of these people are like, trading card people are fucking scum.
awful.
Scum people.
Awful.
Reseller, like, awful. And I hear about it all the time from my friend who still works there. Like, people banging on doors, Pokemon events, getting pissed at limits. Like, you know what, dude? Here's a thought. Here's a thought about you collecting these Pokemon cards. Go fuck yourself. That's a thought.
They're also not for you. Like 99% of these people are scalpers.
Oh yeah, they're
or resellers.
not. Very few people.
Like, yeah.
You know, remember when kids used to be able to walk into a store and buy a pack of Pokemon cards? It's not a thing anymore. It's just not.
Nope.
No.
I have to pre-order the cards I want to get.
You have full-grown adults walking into Costco with carts to buy.
Oh, those videos are insane. I don't understand a world in which any Costco tolerates any of that behavior. I don't. What is the fucking? Are you nuts?
At the end of the day, baby, they just don't care. They're getting paid the same amount. Whoever walks out with it.
But I still think that, like, keep it behind a fucking counter. You have to come up to me. It's behind a fucking rope, and there's a security guy standing right here, and I will hand you the limit.
What an insane thing that we even have to discuss over fucking Pokemon.
It's nuts,
man.
It's disgusting.
Come on, man.
But like,
it's crazy.
Costco's that like
so
dump the pallet and go, here you go. Like, those are the whoever works at those stores are the dumbest fucking people on the planet.
We were talking about it yesterday, Dan. Like, we were talking about those Tron 4Ks that came out, and like they're already limited, right? Because they're steelbooks, and of course they're separate SKUs, so you got to do this 2 separate ones.
Yeah.
And after, I think it was maybe 2-3 hours after you couldn't find them anymore, I was on one of the 4K subreddits that I'm on, and you could go to one seller who magically had 20 copies of it, and he was selling them for like $70 a pop. Like, why do we even just do this shit anymore? If people want things like that, just let them pre-order, and let as many pre-orders run as you need, and tell them we will start manufacturing when pre-order window
As much
closes.
as I hate limited run games now, it was worse before when they said, we've got 3,000 copies of this.
Yeah.
Are you fucking
never
nuts?
get anything.
Now it's at least you have a 4-week pre-order window. And then when the window is closed, we will print and manufacture them. And then when that's done, we will begin shipping. That will be in approximately 6 to 8 months. Now, limited run games lies about how long it will take.
Yeah,
but
correct.
That is the way to properly handle pre-orders. You say, you have 4 weeks to do it. We're telling you ahead of time. Get on the mailing list. We will tell you to do it.
Anytime you put a number on something, you're done. It's over. It's over because all of the scalpers are in. They know exactly where the money's at.
They limit it by address.
Of course they do.
No, we don't allow duplicate orders. Our system is set up to protect that.
Program an AI to possibly try and purchase at multiple different places with multiple
20 windows open on my computer.
That would be
with 20 different free accounts created.
You know what? You're right. It is not a flawed system. You have
the thing about it is, like, they don't care. The Tron people, they don't give a shit. Like, they're making their money.
Disney? Yeah. Disney doesn't give a fuck.
They made their money. They're out. But, like, the card people, like, just from working at a GameStop now, I can't even imagine what that's like now. It was starting to get bad when we were there. And that was before the pandemic ruined everything.
I mean, we had to deal with video game scum, which we're a part of. We are video game scum, so we had to deal with that.
But as the manager of a GameStop, I was their king.
Right? Yeah, you were the trash king.
But now it's
that's right.
Yeah, but
you can't buy M-rated games, boy.
The pandemic destroyed society.
The pandemic destroyed collecting of any kind.
Of collecting of any
kind. The fact that
I'm still waiting for the game. Like,
the fact that sports cards are back is insane to me. As someone who collected them in the 90s and still has a ton of those and they're all worthless, the fact that, like, we're ripping boxes and we're breaking boxes and we're selling them on this and we're whatnot, we're going to the convention and it's a $100,000 hit. And when I show you it on a video, I slowly slide it off and it takes me 17 minutes to reveal the one card behind the other card, and then when it goes out, my hands are shaking because I didn't already know what card it was, or the fact that I'm a successful breaker online and I just seem to get all of these hits. It's almost like Topps knows where the cards are, and they know where to send it. The whole thing is a scam. Grading stuff is a scam. The pandemic ruined everything. And
Yeah,
It's true.
And by that, now that it's over, it has all of those people are now free to roam the earth and wander into a GameStop and ruin your life.
I'm glad I got out of the retail space before the pandemic.
My God, that would have broken me for sure. Like I was already punished, but that would have broken me.
God, Gen Z kids unable to communicate in person or on the phone.
I can't imagine how any Gen Z kid gets a job in retailing. I don't understand. Like,
oh my gosh,
it was impossible when I ran the store. Now, holy shit!
Oh, you're talking about the people like the kids that would churn in applications and it just
couldn't have a 2-minute conversation with me.
And then we look at each other and go, nope, and we put it in the cabinet and be done with it.
2 clipboards.
Yep.
Yeses and
Let's
no's.
just say one clipboard was
no.
much thicker than the other one. But
they couldn't have a conversation.
No,
that was your interview.
Yeah. Couldn't do eye contact. Couldn't maintain.
Well, they play games. They play video games all the time.
Yeah,
that's good. Good for you. Can you communicate with a human?
Care. I don't care that you play video games. What does that mean to me?
Yeah, right.
Well, we can wrap it here.